Okay, welcome to this second stage of our name reservation. We already talked about how to search for availability of names, and by now I want to assume that you've gotten your name and you're sure that the name is available to use. So I'm going to cut out this, and then the next thing I want to do right now is that I'm going to log into this account. Alright, so this is what my account look like. Now this is not a brand new account. I want to assume that when you are registering your own clients, everything here is going to be showing 0000000 because you've not done anything. Okay, now because of course you're offering this as a business, it's good I explain this to you. Now you can see here saying denied. Remember I told you initially in the part 1 of this particular topic that we actually applied for a name and the name was found to have been registered by another person. So the name was denied, and that is the meaning. If you see under this name reservation, you will see that not submitted is 0, pending 0, denied is 1, showing us that a name has been denied before. Okay, so if I click on the denied, it's going to give me more details about this particular one. You can see here, this is rejected. Reason for rejection, Susie Properties 37. So here is the RC name, the registration name of the business that has already been registered in 2022 with this name. So you can see that's the reason why this name was rejected. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to use another name. Okay, so I'll come back. Like I said, in your own case, the sometimes people that will come to you are people that have already tried to register before. So here it might not be 0000. It could be, you could see anything. Interestingly, you could see anything, but what is important to you is what you want to do on that account. Okay, so let's assume that this particular account is for your clients. You don't need to worry yourself about denied if you're not doing anything there. So what you want to do now is that you want to come to this new name reservation, and even if this account has not been used before, you are still going to come to name reservation. So you're going to click on the new name reservation, and then you can see here, if you scroll down, because I'm not going to show you the details of this person. Now here is asking for classification. This is the first form that the person has to fill. So if I click on this, you will see here that under classification is asking me, what do I want to do? Is it a business name? Is it a company? Is it an incorporated trustee? Is it a limited partnership or limited liability partnership? So there are 5 different types of registration in CAC. Like I told you, the ones that you should be doing for people now is people that want to do business name registration and company registration. Now, what is the difference between a business name registration and a company registration? Now, every small business owners, for example, POS owners, supermarkets, you know, most people that are doing their business alone, that are not big, they register their business name. But business name and company registration, they are almost the same thing. The only difference between them is that when you are registering a company, you are going to add limited at the back of the name you are trying to register, limited or LTD. And the difference between a limited company and a business name is that a company registration has legal backing, but a business name does not have legal backing. That does not mean that if you register your business name, another person can use that same name. No, nobody can use it again. But the legal backing of a company is strong. For example, if you're doing a business as a business name, okay, maybe you just register your business as a business name and you took a loan from the bank, okay, from a bank. And maybe the business, something happened to the business and the business go down. Now, the liability, that's your debt. They are not going to come to your house and come and be picking your properties at home if you register your business as a company. Because what you do when you register your business as a company is that you are telling the general public that your personal asset is different from the asset of your company. So if anything happens to your company, the company takes the blame or takes the brunt of the matter. If anything happens to the company, they cannot come to your house and take your property because your property is different from the property of the company. But that does not happen with business name. In business name, it's one and the same thing. Okay, so my advice is that most small business owners, it's okay for them to register a business name. It's just okay. But if people want to be more solid, or maybe they want a more legal backing for their business, or maybe 3-4 persons are coming together to start a business, or three more or more persons they've come together and they have started a business together, so all of them are shareholders, then you want to consider a company. Other than that, most other small business around you are going to be registering as business name. And if I were you, I would also advise them to register as business name, especially because you are just starting. The reason is because business name registration is straightforward and it's easy, and you can charge your money. Okay, so in this case, you're going to choose it. If it's a business name, you're going to choose business name. Now here is asking for specific type. It's asking you, is this business a sole proprietor? Are you the only person, or your client, is your client the only person managing the business, or is it a partnership? Okay, if it's a sole proprietor, you're going to pick sole proprietor. Most people will fall under sole proprietor. But if there are 2 of them that are doing the business together, or 3 of them, you can choose partnership. Okay, but most people will fall under sole proprietor. All right, once you do that, that name that we just searched a while ago, okay, that's the name you want to put here. Okay, so you want to put the name here. All right. So once you put the name here, now here in option 2 is asking you that just in case if this first name is not accepted, give us a backup. But as you can see here, there is no asterisk under option 2 showing that it is not compulsory. So you can ask the person to give you a backup name, but most times this is the main name that they will approve. And after all, we have already done an availability search for the first name, so it's okay to use one name, but you can also ask the person to give you another option. Okay, so once you fill this particular form, okay, and you are good, then you're going to click on save and continue. Okay, so here you're going to come down again. Now here they are asking you, what is the reason for availability search? Why do you want to register, or why do you want to reserve this name? So you're going to come here. Now you want to come down. I'm not going to talk much about these ones because we don't need them for now. We're just going to come to new incorporation /registration. That is what you want to do. Okay, because we are business people, let me just quickly touch on this. Now, this change of name is for people who have already reserved this name before. Like they've done the business name reservation before. CAC has approved the name for reservation, but maybe they now discovered that there was a mistake, or the client decided to change his or her mind, and the person wants to edit the name again after it has been reserved by CAC. Then you will have to choose change of name, but we are not yet there. Okay, but I just said I should mention it. Now this group holding and consortium, forget about that for now. Now for name substitution, this one is for businesses that have reserved their name, they have done their registration, and CAC has issued them a certificate of registration. Remember, change of name, they have not issued them a certificate of registration. They have only reserved the name. But in this substitution, the name has already been approved. They have done their registration. They have completed everything. In fact, CAC has given them a certificate. Then this is the one they will choose. But in our own case, none of this concerns us because we are doing a fresh name reservation. So you're going to choose new incorporation /registration. So here, nature of business category. Now you're going to tell CAC what this business is all about. So it's always good for you to ask the owner of the business to explain what the business is all about. Most times, you are the one that we have to do the choosing for them. And don't be in a hurry to think that sometimes people will give you a business, but you will check all of this place, you will not see something that is related. Actually, something is related. Just come here, and if you don't see anything that is related, then you might have to be checking them one after the other. So for example, if you have looked through all of this, you scroll down and you still cannot find a business that is related to the business you're trying to register, what you will do is that you will click the first one. You can see that I've chosen the first one. Then you come to select specific nature of business, and then check again if you're going to see that particular business again. If you cannot find it, you have to go to the next one and then come here again and choose. If you cannot find it, you have to come to the next one and choose again. If you cannot find it, you have to keep doing that until you have found the business. If you still don't find the business, then you can choose something like other service activities, and here you can also choose others, where okay, something like others. Okay, just choose something. Okay, but many times you will always find a name. It's only when you're in a hurry that you will not find the particular kind of name that you are looking for. And the problem here is that if you choose something that is different from the business that you're trying to register, CAC will not approve it. That is where you're already giving yourself problems. Remember, I'm telling you the problem that things that could happen that will make CAC to reject your application. Remember, I told you the first thing about name, reservation, and different type of names. Now I'm telling you this is another place where they can cancel or disapprove your registration. So make sure you take your time to search for it. Now, after you have searched for the nature of business category, you have searched for the specific nature of business, you want to come to additional remark here. And then here you're going to tell them in brief statements what this business is all about. So let's assume that you are registering a POS, for example. You just say POS. Okay? If you're registering maybe a school, you can just say additional remark. You can say secondary school. Okay? Don't write too many things. Don't write one of the problems that many people used to encounter is that they will come here and be writing the goals of the business, the objective of the business, the mission statement, the vision statement. When you do all of those things, CAC will reject your application. I hope you understand that. So once you fill this correctly, you just come to save and then you continue. Alright, so once you do that, now it's going to bring you here. Now, here is just a summary of all the details that you have provided. So all you need to do is to look through the list very well and to be sure that you have not made any error. Okay, so once you are sure that you have not made any error, the next thing is for you to go ahead and effect your payment. Alright, so I'm going to click on save and continue. Okay, so here you can see here that the remitter payment here is going to be 500 naira, even though by the time they've done all the bank charges, it's going to be around 662 naira or thereabout. So once you're ready to make your payment, just come here and click on remitter. Okay, so here it's going to just identify all your details automatically. So you can see here we are paying 661 naira 25 kobo. So once you are good and you're ready to pay, you just come here and click submit. So here you can see that we have different payment options that we want to use. But for me, I think paying with your card is the easiest one. But if you don't want to pay with your card, you can do bank transfer, you can do USSD, whichever one. So I'm going to be going with card payment here. So I'll just come here and fill in my card details, and then I'm going to click pay 663 naira. So here I'm going to fill in my OTP and just complete the payment. So check your inbox or your message or your email, depending on which one your bank used to use to send information to you. So I'll just do that. And then I'm going to submit. Alright, so as you can see here, my payment has been made. Okay, so you can see it's going to direct me back here. Of course, because you are doing this for another business, you want to download the receipt. You might need it later. So make sure you download the receipt here. As you can see here, it has been downloaded. Okay, it's waiting for download. Okay, so you can see here it has been downloaded. Okay, so once you're done doing all of this, all you need to do is to come back to your dashboard. And you can see here now that that name has entered pending. So what you will do is for you to wait for CAC for them to approve the name. Sometimes it takes 1, 2, 3, from 3 days to about 2 weeks. So you're just going to tell your client that they should wait, that it's CAC that's going to do the approval, not you. Most times in less than 2 weeks, that is the highest, it's going to be approved. Many times it's going to be much faster than that. So you're just going to be checking it maybe every day to be sure that you know when this name has been approved or denied, whichever one. So once that is done, then you can go ahead to the actual registration. So I'm going to be stopping this here, and then we will continue after this name has been approved by CAC, and then we can go ahead and do our proper business name registration. So I'm going to see you in the next class.